going to be reading The Halo That Would Not Light. After many years, the raptor beak let loose of you. He dropped your tiny body in the scarab-colored hollow of a carriage, left you like a finch, wrapped in its nest of linen's wound, with lightened leaves in a child's cardboard box. Tonight, the wind is hover, hunting us the leather seats of its wings, go back and forth with no one in them, as certain and invisible as red scarves silking endlessly. From a magician's hollow hat and the spectacular catastrophe of your endless childhood is done. In this sonnet, the speaker is talking about how the childhood that could have been good technically dies and turns into a very rough and traumatic childhood. In the beginning of the piece, the speaker talks about how the childhood is finally over and they can move on. But as the story progresses, it mentions aspects of abandonment and loneliness. And when the speaker mentions the cardboard box specifically, it is showing how stripped of the love and affection and care the child was from their youth. And it shows that it was very traumatic for them. And towards the end of the sonnet, the speaker mentions the aspect of fear very strongly and very vividly. For instance, they mentioned the swings blowing back and forth with nobody in them. And it's very eerie, almost like a horror movie. And it's showing the fact that they had great fear in their youth. Or maybe the fear was there that even if they wouldn't make it out alive of their youth. But finally, when the piece ends, it ends with the quote, "is done," meaning something or someone has showed up in this person's life to save them and help them through trauma. They had a very rough childhood, a lot of abandonment issues and trauma, so finally someone or something, maybe a guardian angel, is here to help them through it. And there are definitely some Fosterian elements in here. When the speaker mentions how the child was left in linens, it is very similar to how Jesus was brought here. He was in a manger and also wrapped in linens. Not to mention that there is no rhyme scheme in this sonnet, and the way that this is chopped up and is not very smooth. It's not written like a normal poem. It doesn't have normal stanzas. It's very odd. It almost represents how this person's childhood and how nothing went smoothly, and it was very traumatic.